Is my struggle with making friends genetic? And if so, how do I break that cycle for my future children?
That's a fascinating question. Tell me your thought process there.
Well, I'm really bad making friends, and
Stop right there.
I'm
What does that
24.
mean? What does that mean?
It just means that usually I don't make good first impressions with people, and I think people kind of find me a little off-putting when they first meet me.
All right, teach me about that. Like, are you awkward? Are you mean? Do you have bad breath? Do you like yell? Like I'm awkward. I'm so awkward, especially when I meet new people. Like it's embarrassing.
Yeah, I think it kind of comes from I used to be really like loud and bubbly and outgoing, and just time after time, people kind of told me that I was annoying and that they didn't really like me. So that kind of made me.
Who are those people, Sarah?
Just like people throughout my whole life, like middle school. I went to 2 different high schools. It kind of happened at both high schools, and then it happened the most in college. And so it's something I kind of thought I would grow out of, or like figure out a better way to come off to people, but I haven't really figured out how to do that. So it's like when you strike out with your first impression with someone, it feels like impossible to try to, like approach that social situation again to show them who I really am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. But I mean, I don't know. I think like a fun, bubbly person is like the best, especially in this world where everybody's just like smoking the downtown sadness, like weed. You know what I mean? Like everyone's just like all the time. So when you say bubbly, like, do you have good friends that aren't those folks?
I came out of college with one really good friend, but she doesn't live near me anymore. And my husband has a lot of friends, so I would say I'm acquaintances with a lot of the husband's wives, but I would only say like one is actually a friend.
Okay.
And I think because I kind of got this message that people found me annoying, I think I kind of like closed up.
Yeah.
And now like people only see the side of me that I'm not too scared to show them when they first meet me. And obviously that's not authentic to who I am.
Yeah.
And maybe they pick up on that and they don't want to hang out with me after that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because people feel that you're holding back. And there's an energetic, it's an electricity, right? Like that person's holding something back and I don't know what it is. And most people immediately think it's them. What, like when you sit down and just honestly reflect with your husband, what does he tell you? No, you're okay. Take a break. Take a breath.
I think he says a lot of the time that I come off kind of maybe overbearing or judgmental to situations.
Okay.
And that's really hard to hear because that's not my heart.
Are you feeling, does he experience you as judgmental because you're holding back your true joy and bubbliness and it just comes out sharp?
I think it comes off judgmental because I'm a really blunt person and I can struggle to kind of think before I speak, to think that maybe that isn't the general consensus on like, oh, that's just how everyone thinks, kind of.
Sure.
And I don't think it's out of a judgment or like disdain for people. I think it's out of a like just kind of blissful ignorance of like, oh, I just kind of thought everyone thought that way, you know?
Yeah.
Like it can be really hard for me to rethink situations from different perspectives.
How long have you wrestled with this? Sounds like your whole life.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse in the world than feeling like your true self isn't worth loving, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's hard. I feel like my husband's the only one who actually sees me and knows me, which is, I'm thankful for that, but it still feels isolating.
Yeah. Have you ever been tested for see if you're on the spectrum or not?
That's a huge thing that I've gone back and forth with my parents on because my brother is on the spectrum,
Okay.
and we have autism on both sides of the family, and so I've been, kind of wondering that for a while, but they've always told me, like, there's no way 2 out of 4 of our children have autism, and I just don't really buy that.
Well, they don't. Number one, they don't get a vote. Number two, I've had the opportunity to work with some incredible, hilarious folks on the spectrum, but they put in a ton of work, and it's what feels like a likability issue. It just becomes a skills issue.
Mm-hmm.
And it might, and I care less about you getting a quote unquote diagnosis, but I do care, like, if there are you've got a repeated pattern over time that says, like, I walk into these situations joyful, and like, people around me are experiencing me differently than I want to be experienced. And you have a husband who says, I love you and I fully know you, and here's how others might experience you. And I hear the compassion. You don't want that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think something's quote unquote wrong with you. There may be some skills that you need to learn.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Like, I'm just not good at basketball, Sarah. I'm terrible at it. I wish I was. Like, good basketball players look so graceful, and they're tall, and they're lean, and they just, like, jump and stuff. I can't. And so I don't think I'm a bad person because of that. And whenever I retired from my church league because I kept having to have knee surgeries, but I'm going to go back this year, I think. I know I'm not going to be that great, but I will practice a little bit to be a little less terrible, right? It's just it's a skill. And so if your bigger question is there a chance that you have autism on both sides of your parents' family and they've had to create a story for themselves that they, quote unquote, didn't do this to 2 of their children? And by the way, as a parent, that same sense you're feeling, please tell me I'm not going to pass this on to my kids. They feel that same thing, right? Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, that story, trying to keep themselves safe, may have kept you from getting some support resources that you've needed for a long time.
Yeah.
Give me an example. I'm just interested because here's the thing. Like, you sound delightful.
Thanks.
And your husband wouldn't have married you if he didn't like you, right?
Yeah, and I think that's almost what makes me feel crazier. Is like, I'm able to, like, get jobs and keep jobs. I'm able to, find a life partner and maintain that relationship. Like, I'm able to do these things, and I don't know why it doesn't translate over to friendship specifically,
Yeah. Have you asked people at work what they think?
Well, I just started a new job 2 months ago, so yeah.
What is you said you left college with one great friend. What does that friend say?
Well, she has told me that when she first met me, she was really scared of me, but once she got to know me, she realized that I had the biggest heart out of anyone she's ever met.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I could feel it through the phone. She's like a really caring person. Because if you were a psychopath, when people walked away, you wouldn't feel that. But you feel this deeply. Why did she say she was scared of you?
She just said she was intimidated by me. I mean, I am a very blunt and honest person. And so I think a lot of times people just don't know how to take it when they first meet me. Okay. They just think that...
Give me an example of bluntness.
like, I just kind of flippantly say, like, oh, well, that's stupid, about, like, situations. And it's not me trying to put people down or try to say that anyone's stupid. It just is, I'm honest to a fault, you know what I mean? Of, like, not having a filter, and it gets me in trouble a lot.
Yeah, I may know somebody personally that doesn't have a great filter.
Yeah.
And all of my team just looked up and laughed at me. Yeah, I totally get that. But I also get this, like, there's that tiny little gap when you and some friends are sitting in the Sonic drive-thru, and somebody says, "I want extra orange in my Coke Zero," and you're just like, gross. But there's a way to go, seriously? Or to go, that's stupid.
Yeah.
So tell me about, because both of those are honest.
Mm-hmm.
But there is some words, there's some series of words that it's easy to say, oh, no, I'm just being radically honest, right? Which I like and subscribe to. But there's also, I know that truth can be told in a way that can be digested, or truth can be told in a way that hurts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell me about your difficulty there.
I think the difficulty is a lot of times, I think what I'm saying is the digestible way.
Okay.
And then people kind of circle back around and they're like, hey, if you would have said it this way, I think it would have, like, come across a lot better. And my response is always like, that would have never even crossed my mind. Like, I could have sat and thought about it for 45 minutes and I would have never gotten to that result. Like, I don't have the ability to, like,
no, you do.
This is my goal.
No, you do. I mean, I don't want you to feel defeated. This is something you can learn. I'm convinced. Will you go sign up and get tested?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you?
24.
Okay. Can I also tell you this? Your mom and dad don't get a vote anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah, I think that will take a lot of weight off my shoulders because I think I still care about their opinion too much.
You've been caring about that your whole life.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you care about that opinion, a way to enter into a conversation, trying to prop up an adult, is to talk like what you think an adult sounds like. And when you're a kid, bluntness can be cruel.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's ways to tell your kids, oh, honey, let's go change that shirt real quick. And then there's a way to say, you look fat in that. Go change that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if that's how you grew up and that became how you interact with the world, yet those same people also loved you, then it can be confusing.
Yeah.
But sister, you are worth being loved, hon.
Thank you.
I don't know. Maybe the world needs a few more judgy people. I'm just kidding. All right. Let me know how that testing comes back, okay?
Okay, I will. Thank you.
All right. I'm grateful for your call.